Alright, we're on Jrago the Demon Hunter. This is episode 6. We've just finished the underground cavern of Adullam. We've got a new spell called Elevate. And this is going to allow us to reach places that we couldn't get to before. And so we're going to go... we're going to backtrack just a little bit here. We're going to go back and get all these items we missed earlier. Come across some new enemies here. This is like a big dragon over here. Alright. Let's see, over here is a big hole. We don't really need to fall down that hole. Of course, with Elevate, now we can jump much higher. And so, when it comes to the map, we're down here on the left-hand side of the Dudael desert. The desert had a lot of items that we couldn't reach earlier. And we're going to come and get those. But first, before we do anything, we're going to run back to town. Oops. Get stuck on the roof here. So we are back out of the underground, and we are almost back to the surface here in the desert. We're kind of in the underground area of the desert currently, but it should be a little familiar to where we were at earlier. All right, so this is the opening of the desert. Now let's run on back to Spartan's little shop there for a moment. So one thing that we can get now that we didn't get earlier is if we go back to Spartan here. Alright, so, actually I've already bought all his stuff, but he's got this dagger up on the wall there. And so, of course, we can't reach that earlier, but now that we've got our Elevate spell, we can jump up here and get this knife. This is a new type of sub-weapon. It costs a little bit more ammo, but these actually move a lot slower, but they don't disintegrate after getting hit. So you can hit a lot of enemies all at once with these knives. We'll do some experimentation with that early in just a moment.
Holy smokes! Did you just come from over that wall?
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump back over this wall here, and we're going to run back to Eden, because there's also something to grab in Eden. And we're going to take some shortcuts through the Forest of Nod, and also maybe complete our little map that I didn't get earlier. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the first shortcut, which is the very first hole you come across in the forest going backwards. This is going to bring us down the map on the right hand side. Alright. This is going to bring us over to the horse room, which has the next shortcut. Alright, so this next hole right here is going to bring us almost right back to the very beginning. If we watch where we go on the map here, it's going to bring us right back to the top. Oops, and of course I landed on a hound here. So with the shortcuts in the forest, I mean, we were able to get back to Eden in maybe a minute, not too long of travel time.
Be careful out there.
So there was one thing we were not able to get earlier.
The forest.
And I'm sure all of you all saw it.
Careful out there.
Is,
what kind of range weapon?
back at the sanctuary with Jerry, there was a big sword on the wall that we couldn't get earlier.
Again, what do you want this time?
Hey, Jrago, I'm Angela. Come by and talk to me sometimes, okay? Don't
Hey, don't spend too much time out there with the monsters.
You need to go spend some time in the sanctuary.
Alright, so we're going to just jump up here and grab this steel blade. This is going to be our fourth sword, our fourth weapon,
Scattered by the evil one.
which is much more powerful than, and has a little bit more reach than our axe did.
You need to go spend some time in the sanctuary.
Hey, don't spend too much time out there with the monsters. You should come visit more often.
So this sword doesn't swing like the hunter's sword. It kind of just stabs straight.
Again, what do you want this time?
Of course, all the different swords have a little bit different range and things like that.
What kind of ranged weapon are you using?
Careful out there. There's monsters afoot.
Alright, so we're going to run on back through here now that we're done here.
Extremely dangerous.
We're still not
Better
100%
equip your
done
best
eating.
gear.
We've got 89% of the equipment. I think there's one more piece of equipment to get later. We'll come back and get that when it's time. So now that we've got our steel blade here, we should be able to plow through these enemies a little bit faster and easier now. I've also got this knife, which is going to make things go a little more smoother, and I've still got my fire spell. We should have no problems at all going through the forest. And of course, we're going to just take the forest and we're going to take the first shortcut, and we're going to get right back to where we were. This also gives us opportunity to maybe make a little more gold. I've got 1,200 gold at the moment, but the more gold you can get, the better. There's always a lot of things that are expensive to get later. Every little dollar you can make is helpful. But realistically, what we're trying to do is prepare ourselves for Chapter 4. Currently, we want to get all the equipment that we miss and make sure that we're well prepared for Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is pretty tough. Alright, so earlier, I think I missed this little square over here. Yeah, I'm going to jump down this hole, and that's going to complete my map. Oops. Stuck on the dog here. Hold on, let's see. Get off me. Alright, here we go. And he took all my MP away just about. Okay, so now we've got a 100% map, although we still haven't got all of our journal or the equipment out of here. And we're going to come back to that as well. There's going to be a point in time in which we come back here later to get 100% of everything. Poison off. Alright. Looks like I'm still, it's over now. Alright, and so we're going to be right back to town here. Don't need to kill everybody right this moment. We're just going to run through here. We're going to take a quick rest here and get our
Holy smokes! Did you just
Our
come from
vitals
over that
back.
wall?
Alright.
Deep pit out in the desert.
Now within the outpost, we're currently still have quite a bit more to do here, but most of that happens later.
That's impressive.
Hey, not bad. I'm on the hunt for
Alright, so now we're going to revisit Chapter 2 here, which is the desert. And we're going to go pick up all these items we missed earlier, as well as complete our map. so the first item we missed, there was this belt over here on this ledge. And we're going to use our elevate spell to get over there. Oops. Alright, so we got a studded belt. So what does this do here? This actually increases our luck, which that can potentially make us a little more money. And so while we're in the area where we're pretty comfortable here, I don't really feel the threat of death, we'll put our luck gear on here to hopefully maybe make a little more money. Now these little bricks right here, these gold bricks, are essentially about 100 gold or so. So those are pretty valuable, but they're pretty rare to find. Now there's our boots we couldn't get earlier, but they're on the other side of this wall, so we've got to go back down through the hole there. Go ahead and clear out all these enemies here. I like to get my kill count up as well as look for more gold. Oops. Alright, there is the boots over here. We're going to go ahead and grab those boots. Now, these boots are very nice. Not only do they give us some stat increases, like strength and vitality and intelligence, and more defense, but they also give us a boost to speed. So this actually makes us run a little faster. It means we can start moving a little better. Alright, so let's try to take all these guys out. Still leveling up. We're at level 25 currently. Alright, so we're actually making some pretty decent money off these. I think these whites here drop pretty good now. Alright, so we've got about 50% of the equipment. There's still a bunch of equipment here we got to go get. Alright, so the next item to get here is going to be back on this little save spot here. So this is our next spell. This is the ice spell. So this does, this is like a falling spell where you can hit enemies below you. It's very useful when you're going downhill. But at the same time, this also does 50 damage, as where the fire only did 20. So this does way more damage, but it costs 2 MP instead of 1. So it's a little more costly to be spamming, but it does more damage. We'll do some experimentation with that as well. Alright, so for instance, we got this guy here. One hit kill with that guy. Not quite a one hit kill on the white. So if you notice, whenever I'm using my sub weapon, I duck a lot. Now I said this in an earlier video, but when you duck, you can shoot your sub weapons faster. So like, let's put my basic one on to exemplify here. So my basic speed I'm hitting it pretty rapidly. That's about as fast as I can shoot. But if I'm ducking, I can throw way more faster. Now this also works in the air. So if I'm jumping and I duck, I can throw more in the air. Now this whole ducking principle also applies to spells. So like, for instance, when I have my fire spell here, now my fire spell, usually there's a 1 to 2 second lag between spells here. And if I'm ducking, the same thing. But if I'm jumping and ducking, I can actually spam them a lot faster. So watch this. So see how I can throw 3 fireballs very quickly. It's like a little trick of the trade here. It's like a special move. It's an alternate way to use your magic. So if I use that logic, holding down while jumping and using my magic, I can throw lots of ice really quick, which does massive damage. Of course, they got to be generally south of me here. Alright, and we're going to jump up here. Now, this is something we didn't see earlier, but there's a hat up here. And this is a new headgear. We're going to go ahead and upgrade that here. This is a nice upgrade here. We actually get intelligence and mind off of that hat. Alright, and so let's see, we're at 86% of the equipment, but I think that's all we're going to be able to get for now. Oops. Oh man, I'm about to die here. Oh no, they got me. Okay, no problem, no problem. We'll just grab our ice spell again here. My bad on that. I was acting a fool. Alright. So we're gonna just run right back to that real quick. I was not looking where I was jumping and I was explaining too much. So this time a little more, less talk, more play here. Alright, so we're going to grab this hat again that we just had a moment ago. And we're going to just run on past all this and jump like a oops. Alright, so let's equip my new hat. Now, let's get on back to the end of this level here. So we are nearing the end of this desert here. And of course, now that we have our elevate spell, we can jump over here and pass the precipice. However, there was the matter of that piece of armor that we missed in the underground. We're going to go grab that real quick. Shouldn't take us too long, and we're going to come right back here. We're going to backtrack just a little bit further, and we're going to go grab this piece of armor. And at the same time, we're going to get a little bit more experience, a little bit more gold. All these things are very handy later on. Oops. Yeah, I'm still taking pretty good, decent amount of damage here, and that's why we're gonna go get this armor. It's while it seems like it's a long journey, it's not that far, and it's well worth it. All right, so I'm gonna put on my ice spell here for right now. Let's actually, I need to heal up a little bit. Now we're going to play with ice here. We're going to try to quickly get through this level here. You see a ducking jump ice actually drops 2 ice spells. Am I shooting too, or what? Yeah, I am. It's doubling up. Now we're up to level 26 here. We're we're getting a nice little experience as well along the way. We're getting some gold, racking up our demon kill count if you're into that sort of thing. There is an achievement to get 10,000 kills, which it does take some time. So I mean, any additional kills, backtracking a little bit, doesn't hurt anything at all. The game does get pretty challenging as we go forward, so we want to always try to maximize any opportunity we can to get experience points, get some gold, level up our character, and get all the best armor we can before we approach the next level. All of the gear makes a really big difference, so getting the gear and knowing where the gear is makes the game that much easier. Otherwise, it's pretty difficult. Alright, so here's where we left earlier. And, alright, so we've got this piece of armor over here. We're going to go ahead and grab it like so. Instead of chest plate, this is going to be our third body armor. This gives us an additional 4 defense plus some strength benefits. So this is all around much better. And we're going to scoot on down here. Now this little area here, there's a few additional little extra pieces of the map we didn't get to see earlier as well. So we're going to jump up here. Oops. Now up here, there is actually a dragon over here protecting a nice little hoard of some gold. So we're going to grab all this gold, but at the same time there is a locked door here that we can't get into. So we can't complete our map here. We're going to have to come back to that door later. So now we're done getting all of our gear. It's just a matter of getting back to the end of the desert back over there. So we'll be back in the desert one more time. But we should be able to make rather quick work for this time. These whites down here generally have a nice little bit of gold to drop, so maybe it's beneficial to grab a little gold while you're there. In fact, me being the person that I am, maybe I would grab even a little more gold. So we'll just grab one more round of this gold here. It's you can get it while the getting's good. Now these bags are approximately 25 gold. The big bunches of gold I think is approximately 10. Alright, so let's get out of here. We're going to use our elevate spell. Now we're going to take a shortcut this time. So right past this dragon, he's guarding this little pit down here. Now this pit generally hurts, but at the same time it's going to take us on a shortcut all the way up. So we're going to take this, and now we're back up here, which is essentially a shortcut, although we had to take some damage for it. That's alright, we'll get that back real quick. Alright, so now I feel like we're pretty prepared for Chapter 4. Not only did we get all the armor, but we got some additional experience by, backtracking a little bit. And these dogs are just draining all my MP. All of my mana is gone. Alright, so next up here we're going to just grab this save spot real quick and refill my gauges. We're almost here. Alright, so now it's time to jump this precipice here. We're going to finally get over the precipice. And we're going to get on past into the we're going to have a little cutscene of moving across the desert here. Got quite a ways to go. And we come across the Oasis. This was mentioned by Crunk earlier over there in Spartans. And this leads us to Chapter 4, which is the Great Pyramids of Egypt. Alright, so we're going to stop here and we'll continue until next time.